Good morning, hello. Oops, let me put on my microphone. Good morning, sorry about that. I still half asleep. I'm not actually, I've been up for a couple hours, but I don't think I've spoken a great deal this morning, so it's nice to see you. And hopefully you are hearing me and everything is good. Yes, it sounds like it is. Well, so welcome to my attempt at drawing the prompts for Inktober. Here are the prompts in case you haven't seen them. So we've done mustache, weave, crown, and murky. And today is day 5, October 5th. So we're doing deer. I think this is an interesting process for me because I don't usually think a huge amount before I sit down to draw. So yes, good morning. Hello, Nancy, Samantha, Ola, Christina, and Ed. It is nice to see you all. Yes, so normally I don't think a huge amount about what I'm going to do, and I don't try to be clever, make art, but it does seem like this process is kind of making me go in that direction. I'm not sure I like it, so I want to see if I can be more relaxed about it. But deer, I was thinking deer, and my first thought was, oh dear, as Abel said. My first thought was, could I do something, could I draw a John Deere tractor? Seemed kind of lame. Pernil, nice to see you too. Yes, so I kind of vaguely, I've used to have a big taxidermy collection. Not stuff that I killed, but stuff that I salvaged from flea markets and things like that. And that used to just be the decor of our house like a long time ago. I don't have that stuff anymore, but I did have a bunch of deer heads, and I've drawn a bunch of deer heads. So I'm pretty familiar with drawing deers, and I've drawn quite a lot of them. And they're sort of, it's like a bit like drawing a horse face, a deer. Like drawing a goat. They're not really as expressive as a dog, let's say. So yeah, the Mrs. Warhol, nice to see you. Yes, so I'm not sure how inspired to be by them. I mean, I think you could draw a whole deer, in a stag, in a forest. I don't know. I'm making an effort to not look at what other people are posting for Inktober because it depresses me. I saw somebody who'd done a beautiful one this morning where they are drawing birds each time and their bird interpretations of it. I was just like, I can't. So the thing I'm trying to do is, hello, objetos de escrita. I am trying to just, I don't know. I guess my artistic statement is I'm live streaming these things. I'm drawing them in public. That's about as much of an art statement as I'm capable of making. All right, are you ready? You can draw with me if you like, or you can watch me, or you can watch me and then draw again later on. Up to you. And let's just get on with it. As I said, I've drawn some deers in the past, and I'm also occasionally I'll do a sketch beforehand before I live stream, or I will I might look at some pictures beforehand just to sort of see if they give me any ideas. But I'm not doing the whole thing of sharing my reference. I can't be bothered, honestly, and I just am happy just doing what I'm doing. All right, so Sylvia is doing it for the 5th year. Hello from Arizona. Well, as you know, I'm in Arizona too, where it is actually lovely and quite chilly this morning. It is now only 65 degrees, which is insane. And then Rachel in Massachusetts, who might draw her cat riding a deer. I like that. Lola in Newfoundland, and yes. some other friends here. Good. All right, let's get into this. Let me get my desk going here. Oh, what's going on with my computer? Here we go. There's me and me again, and here's my desk. All right. So, okay. So I'm just gonna. We'll start. See, I'm gonna start drawing. I think I'll just start drawing in the middle, kind of, because I want to have room for antlers. Is that what they're called? They're called antlers? Deer antlers? Yeah, they're called antlers. I don't know how intelligent deers are. I know they are, they can be destructive, but I don't think that's like intentional. I think they're just living their lives. I think I'm going to anthropomorphize this guy. Namely, I'm going to make him into a character of some kind. So, but I really like drawing deer antlers. Can be fun because it's kind of like drawing a tree. I made a video last week of books that I had loved when I was a kid, and one of them was The Sleep Book by Dr. Seuss. And he has one animal I seem to remember has like huge antlers. I remember looking at it and thinking that would be fun to draw. Should do that. Okay, now so I'm thinking I'm going to draw sort of a this is it, a sort of an anthropomorphized deer. They're sort of hooves of some kind. Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe he's typing. Seems a bit wrong, this angle of this thing, but my perspective is a bit off on this little laptop here. Yeah, he's sitting at a desk, sitting in an armchair. One of those like overstuffed armchairs. Heated beverage of some kind. Deb suggested the same thing. Good. Yes, it's true. He does look like he just woke up. Maybe I'm challenged. Maybe he's me. See if you can see his feet here. Kind of got his. He's wearing shorts, sort of. Shorts and a turtleneck sweater. It's a good look. Strange placement on his desk, but yes, he sitting a bit awkwardly there. Let's give him the rest of his chair, I guess. That would be helpful. As I said, I didn't really think this through, so it's going to be a bit janky, a little wonky, a little. All right, well, Maybe I have to give him a little carpet on the floor, a little rug at his feet. Just to make sense of this shape here. It's all becoming kind of elaborate. Not what I'd intended, but you know, the drawing has a life of its own. It's going to decide where it goes. So there you have it. So I'm thinking, okay. Let's do this. All right, so what I'm thinking is he has some taxidermied hunters' heads hanging on the wall. All right, so that's his thing. He hunts hunters. So there's a couple of hunters' heads, and now I'm going to give him, just fill in the rest of the room. I'm thinking he's in kind of like a nice, like wood-lined study. His hunters, his collection of hunters' heads on the wall. It's pleasant. It's sort of like an Addams Family kind of thing. Did I steal that idea from from Charles Addams? Possibly. Possibly. Or did my imagination invent it? I can't tell. What is he writing? That's the question. He's probably writing a letter, dear so-and-so. Dear, dear. Oh, dear, dear. Oh, some shooter's glasses. Good point, Mark. That's right, because they do have to have those, right? They wear those like amber colored glasses. That's a good point. I'm going to give this guy like more sort of this thinner. Yeah, that kind of helps you to understand that they're hunters, I guess. Should I have done more? Maybe I should have had a whole wall full of. It's enough. It's enough, right? So now what I'm thinking is I'm going to get some bit of sumi ink here. Because maybe the light is coming from his computer. Like that's the only light in the room. Kind of makes sense. So it's more subtle. It's not like, maybe you don't notice those hunters right away. It might take you a minute to figure out what they are. Like, why does he have some dudes in baseball caps on the wall? But maybe you'll figure it out, maybe you won't. If you don't, I don't care. Yes, it's true. This pen is a Fudenosuke, and this is Sumi ink. This is Sumi ink. All right. This is an official washcloth. Good. Marco, hello. Nice to see you. And yes. So it's not, yeah, it is just some Sumi ink with a wet brush. So it keeps it nice and diluted. And that way you can kind of layer it. And you don't have to, you don't want it to get too dark too quick. So this paper is not incredible for this sort of wet media, but it's okay. It's working. Because this table should be kind of dark, right? It should be dark because the light from the computer is the only light that's on. I don't know. You can get very, very into the logic of lighting, thinking it all through. Like this would be darker because it's on the ground and it's behind the desk. But then again, there would be some light coming from the computer that might be cast onto the wall. So, but here underneath the table, it's almost certainly pretty dark. But now it looks like too dark, and that draws your eye to the darkness, which is not the point. So you don't want to get too carried away with all that logic. What about his eye? Should I ruin it right now by putting a little tiny bit of dark on there? I don't want to change his expression too much, but anyway, I think that feels like Inktober in the bag. All right, I'm a funny drawing guy. It's true. That's my brand. Yeah. So that was different thing. Different than what I have been doing with Inktober. Let me take a picture of it. That looks good. Perfect copy. Perfect scan. I can send that to, put that on the internet. Proof that I did this. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, what is our prompt for tomorrow? Let's have a look. Tomorrow our prompt is Pierce. Pierce. Brosnan, perhaps? Pierce. Pierce Arrow. Classic car. Pierce as in like pierce your ear, your nose. Maybe we could do something about piercings. Pierce Brosnan with piercings. Driving a Pierce Arrow. I don't know. Yeah. So, Marta asked me how often I change the Funisuke pen. I don't know. I buy them. I buy like a dozen at a time. They come in these little packages. So, I don't know how and then I'm kind of stingy. So I have like ones that are sort of slightly damaged, but I keep using them. Because sometimes I like the dryness of them. I like the dry brush look. And you can get that with them too. Ryan asks, when you brush it, does the Sumi ink have a drying shift like watercolor? Well, yeah, you can see. Let's come back to it. You can see. Remember how black some of that was? Look at it now. It's like warm gray. So it's really nice. That's what I like about Sumi ink. Marco, thank you. I am not a licensed anything. Not even a licensed artist, so take whatever I say with a dose. Jill, $1.99. Thank you. That's very nice. I appreciate that. When you grow old, well, you can buy this for like $10 on Amazon, so you don't need to wait to get old. You can do it right now. In fact, you can even do a selfie. Can you? Selfie. Try and do selfie now. No, it doesn't look good. Yes. What else? Any other points? Mark in Taiwan, welcome. And Jill in Alabama. Good. All right, let's stop. Let's get on with our Sunday. Enjoy ourselves. I'll see you tomorrow for Pierce. I don't know when. I don't kind of schedule these things. When I go on, I try and like give you at least 10, 15 minutes warning. So I would say subscribe to the channel, so then you'll get a notification, hit the bell, you'll get a notification, and you'll know that we're doing it again. And hopefully you can do it with me or do it later on, whatever. Okay. Talk to you later on. Bye-bye.